Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be using GPT-5 to vibe code or code using AI agents. We're using Cursor right now, and as you can see down here, we have GPT-5 enabled. And what's actually interesting is that with the release of GPT-5, there's several different modes. There's GPT-5, there's GPT-5 High, there's GPT-5 Low, GPT-5 High Fast. There are a lot of models, and we were using them yesterday on the stream, and GPT-5 is incredible. And to test it even further, in this video, we're going to be using it to vibe code an actual production feature for the BridgeMind website. So BridgeMind is launching an updated version of its website, and something that needs to be updated is that we need to be able to handle what we're doing for our 1,000 subscriber celebration. Essentially, we want to give away $50 to the winner of a coding competition. That is essentially where you're going to be able to go to the website and you're going to be able to sign up for free for this competition. So as soon as you put in your email, it's going to send you the instructions for the competition, which is also available in our Discord. But as soon as you sign up, it's going to ping you with this email with the instructions. And then we also need to build the functionality so that users can actually submit their project. So again, what we're doing is we're essentially doing a competition to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, and we're using GPT-5 to be able to build that functionality. So let's just take a look at the website here. And we have a couple new pages that are being released, but something that we need to create is the first thing that we need to create is we need to create the actual page, the UI, so that users can go to a page on the website and enter their email for this information. So that's the first place that we're gonna get started. I'm gonna basically tell GPT-5 what I want to do. I'm gonna say I want to build a new page on the website for users to be able to enter our 1,000 subscriber coding competition. On this page, it needs to explain the rules of the competition as well as allow users to sign up for the competition by entering their email. First, to get started, build this page, add it to the roots.ts file, give it a simple URL, integrate the theme of the website, and make the page modern looking. Make sure to highlight the rules of the competition and have the users accept the rules. The rules are that users can only enroll once. They will be emailed the instructions for the competition upon successful sign up, and submissions will be due by Sunday, August 10th by 11:59, and the results and winner will be announced on August 11th. The winner will be decided by a community vote, and the winner will receive a $50 Visa gift card. Okay, so that's good instructions, and yeah, I think this will just help us build the UI. So let's give it this prompt. And something very interesting about GPT-5 that I've noticed already is that it's very precise. So if you're used to other models like GPT-4o, or you're used to Claude models, or even Gemini models, all of them, once they finish their coding task, they have a lot of commentary and explanation for what they actually did. And sometimes it can be very long. It can be several paragraphs. It can be several bullet points. And when I say several, I mean lots of explaining. But what I've noticed about GPT-5 is that it explains what it did less, but it thinks much more. It's almost like the tokens are being spent more towards the inference of it instead of the actual output. So you can see here with this roots file, it only updated the single file. So it looks like you can see here it created this competition root. So what this is a base roots file where I'm able to use typing because we're using TypeScript. So this allows me to type roots. So if I ever like change a root, instead of having to change it all throughout the website, I just need to change the URL here, and then I just type it. So if I'm gonna make a button go to this root, I use TypeScript and I just say I import the roots file, and then I am able to select this object. So it's very nice. And then the next thing that's creating, it looks like it's now creating this competition page. So I like it. I like the URL. I remember, if you remember, I asked it to make the URL very simple. So it just made the URL, it'll be accessible at bridgemind.ai/competition. And that's pretty cool. That's just very simple. It's sleek, and that's what I wanted. So I would say A+ on giving it a simple name. I'm not a big fan of, like, for example, any roots. You kind of try and look out. Don't have a bunch of hyphens in roots or dashes. It just kind of makes it ugly. Okay, so the competition page is being worked on, and if we go here, so the next thing that we're gonna have to do after this, so right now we're taking beta signups. So if I click here, this is the beta page, and we just built some of the functionality for the logic of being able to sign up for the beta. So you can see here that basically to sign up for the beta, you just answer a few questions, and then you enter your email address. So let's test this feature and make sure it's working. So join beta, and that works. So the next thing that we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to create similar functionality. Like if I look here, right now I'm using MongoDB. If you're familiar with MongoDB in Next.js, it allows for basically very, very simple setup for a Next.js project, because you're able to put all of the code related to the front end and the back end inside of Next.js. So let's test that again. Refresh. I just dropped the database because I wanted to make sure that the name was updated properly. Okay, join beta. So here you can see if we refresh this now, that's going to be in here. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like the competition page is done. So let's go jump over to the competition page. Competition. So it says 1,000 subscriber coding competition. Celebrate with us by building something awesome. Read the rules below and enter with your email to receive instructions. Competition rules. You can only enroll once. Instructions will be emailed after successful sign up. Submissions are due by Sunday, August 10th at 11:59 p.m. Results and winner will be announced on August 11th. Winner decided by community vote. Prizes is a $50 Visa gift card. So a couple things I notice is just the header doesn't look great. I don't like all the wrapping. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a screenshot of the website, and we're going to drop the screenshot into Cursor, and we're going to say, I don't like the header that much. Make it smaller, more simple and sleek and responsive. Right now, it does not look modern. For the competition rules, why are there all these weird spacings for the bolded content? Please remove the weird formatting because it is causing weird spacing issues. And what I'm trying to describe there is like this here. You can see that the space is really big, and then also there's a space in between the period. For example, it looks like there is a space in between the period. Also, please note that it is on Eastern Standard Time. Okay, send that off. So I gave it the context of the website that I was looking at, as well as just my prompt. So having that image is helpful. So the next thing that we're gonna have to do is we're actually gonna have to set up the email functionality. And to do that, we're gonna use the server-side Next.js functionality, and then we're also gonna use SendGrid. So SendGrid is an email API, if any of you are familiar with it. So I have to first grab an API key for that, and I know that I know my workflow. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through my workflow as if I normally would if I was coding this from scratch. But I know that the AI is going to be on this process for a few minutes, so I'm going to be proactive and go to SendGrid right now and get an API key, because that's the next step. Because AI can't get the API key for you, at least yet. All right, so let me sign in. Okay. I just grabbed some API keys. Okay, let's see if that fixed our issues here. Ooh, I'm not a fan of that. First of all, it didn't fix our problem there. It messed up the spacing. I wonder if we can use one of the higher models. Let's try GPT-5 High for this. Okay, so right now it just is really doing a bad job, so I want it to kind of rethink its approach. So it's planning next moves. I'm grabbing these API keys real quick. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to update the UI, and then we're going to have to integrate functionality for sending a formatted email using SendGrid, and then we're also going to have to integrate the functionality so that when the user enters their email, it creates a new document in the collection. I will say, oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay, that is a big improvement. So we use GPT-5 High, and that looks pretty good. So competition rules, 1 entry per person, instructions, nice. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, great. So now let's describe what we need to do. So the next thing that we need to do is to integrate this with our MongoDB database. Look at the existing setup for this and help me create a new 1,000 help me create a new competition sign up collection and also help me create a new API route for signing up, and we'll do the SendGrid functionality after this. Use the next server side functionality for all of this. Because we do have an API, but right now we're in the process of migrating some existing code for the launch of the BridgeMind, basically like what we have there. If you go to the BridgeMind website, you'll see that you're going to be able to learn how to code using AI. So everything that you're seeing here, BridgeMind is going to have actual basically courses for this, and they're pretty useful. So we're working on some of the functionality for that. So right now we're just going to kind of have this. We're going to have two databases, one for features that need to come out right now, and we're going to use MongoDB for that because that's much faster to develop with, in my opinion, because you can, like we're doing right now, we're setting up some of the models or the collection structures just in the front end code itself. Since with Next.js you're able to build front end as well as back end all with one. That's why Next.js has definitely grown in popularity over the past few years, and it's because you're able to create server-side functions all in the same code base. So instead of having to have an API repo and then another repo to have your front end, you can just have all of it in one. You can even include your database inside of the Next.js, because technically your database is just the models that are defined. Okay, so it built a nice API route for us. It built the models. So this is what the document looks like. So when you're creating a new Mongoose model or a MongoDB document, you kind of set up the collection for it, and you set up what the document looks like in the code itself. So it set up an email, accepted rules, campaign, and created at fields. That's perfect. Okay. So now if we go over to the competition page, let's see if I can actually... You're in. All right, so it says that I'm in, but did it actually go to Mongo? All right, perfect. One shot with GPT-5 high is what I'm using, and that worked. Great. I'm going to say perfect. Now we need to think through the functionality of using a server-side function in the API route when the user signs up to send them an email using SendGrid. Put in security protections so that the API route does not get abused. Please, I have these 3 env variables. And I'm going to drop in the envs that I wanted to have. And while this is thinking, I actually need to drop in those envs, so I'm going to take this away for just a second so I can paste in some env variables. Okay. All right. And we're good. So one pattern that I'm definitely noticing with GPT-5 is that it does spend more time thinking. I would say it's slower than o3. That may be because it is just so recently launched, but I will say it is a very intelligent model. You can tell that this model, in everything that we've done, it's been able to one-shot it, except for just like some of the styling. But all I had to do was have it rethink the styling, and then it got it. So, it's just crazy how far things are coming. This is it's incredible. So basically what I just asked it is I asked it, hey, great, people are being signed up, but we actually need to send the instructions for the coding competition to the end user. So basically when they enter their email address, I want it to send an email with the instructions of the project. Okay, so it's updated the code. It has rate limiting. It has some initial HTML of the instruction email, and it also has does it have our environment variables? Yeah, right here. The SendGrid API key, SendGrid from email. All right. Perfect. Okay, so let's test this. I'm just going to use this email here. Test my Gmail. All right, so it says I'm in. Let me pull up my Gmail here. We'll see if it sent the instructions. All right. I did not receive the instructions. So I'm going to say I did not receive the instructions in my email. Why? Please add console logging so we can understand why the email never sent. So the document is getting created in the database, just this new functionality of the email. Oh, I did receive the email. It went to my it went to spam. Wait, so let's stop this because I did receive it. Hold on here. Here we go, right here. So it was in my spam. All right, perfect. Awesome. This is so cool. Okay, so now something that I want to try is I want the instructions for the competition to be a little bit more elaborate. But now that I think about it, it's probably going to be good for me to set that off the video, since I want to really put some time into what this coding competition is actually going to be and not just use AI for it. So, but there we go. I mean, GPT-5, very impressive. We literally built a full stack functionality in what time? Less than like 25 minutes, which is incredible. So If you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate you watching, and I'm really excited for this coding competition. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.